7:39 coming up on 8:40. My name is Tori. In studio with me is Mindy. Mindy, let's talk about, well, first of all, good morning and welcome to KHTS.
Thank you for having me.
Mindy Williams from RentSource Corporation.
Correct.
And I have a feeling I know what you guys do. I have a feeling, let me know if I'm right.
Okay.
If I want to rent my property, but I can't be bothered, do I call Mindy?
You absolutely do.
So walk me through that. Let's just start right from the beginning. Walk me through it. I want to rent a property, my property. So I call you, and then what happens?
You're going to call us, and we are going to guide you step by step. The first part is just analyzing your rental home. We're going to talk about the current rental market, what rental range we're looking at as far as comps go, making sure that that's in line with what you are thinking as a landlord.
I was going to say, because what if I say, I want $1 million a month?
Yes. And it is definitely common where, of course, a landlord not only wants to get their mortgage payment made,
Sure,
but maybe also make a little money. It just depends on the market at that time, whether that's even possible. So we will help to analyze that for you, making sure that we can get you what's reasonable for your property, and that renting it out is the decision that you want to do versus selling it or some other option.
What about renters? Like, I think my biggest fear renting out a property that I would own is getting the right people who you can trust, who wouldn't wreck your stuff.
Yes.
Your walls and, pets are a huge factor. So what about those things? How do you filter through?
The tenant approval process is a very thorough process, and that concern is number one for landlords. And we have ways of checking into all, credit scores, every trade line on their credit history, late payments, eviction checks, criminal checks, check scans for fraudulent checks. And so we're going to analyze every step of their life, just to make sure that there's no signs, red flags that would really kind of tell you that things might not go well.
So we can sleep at night.
Yes, yes. And then, we've been doing this for quite a while. So when issues do come up, we're really educated on the best way to handle it, how the law will protect you.
What if there is an eviction pending? What if you get to that point? Let's say my property, they haven't paid, or they're mistreating the property and I want them out. Do you help with that as well?
Yes. We will help through the whole eviction process, step by step, working with the attorney. It can be a very lengthy process. We will do everything we can in the beginning to avoid that, but if it does come down to an eviction, we'll be with the landlord through the whole process, and do the best that we can to get them out as quickly as possible with the minimal damage to the property, so that we can get a new tenant in there and get rent coming in.
Do you see this being a trend as far as rental properties, reaching out to a RentSource corporation like yourself? You see this being a trend? Life is too busy right now.
Yes.
So we need help. We need, we got to reach out and get some help doing this kind of thing. So you see it as being a trend?
I do. And really, California, tenant landlord laws are so, there's so many of them, and you have to really understand your protections, either on the landlord side or the tenant side. And so hiring a professional that knows those codes, those laws, that is educated every single time something comes out is the best way to really protect your investment, so that you are, you're looking good, you're getting your rent. But if you're not getting your rent, we're there to help you get through the process as quickly as possible. So having a management company for the rental market for your property is going to be the best way to go to really make sure that you are are really protecting that.
What are one of those codes you brought up? Certain laws and codes that we might not be aware of as a renter, an owner of a property, but
Right.
you guys know. What's one that we would not know in a million years? Like something that's written down that we should know that we don't know. What surprises us most as a homeowner?
Well, one that comes up quite a bit is having to do with security deposit deductions. When a tenant moves out, what is it that you can charge a tenant for? Well, in California, there is no standard cleaning deduction, so you can't automatically hold $150 or $300 to get the carpets cleaned or maid service, but you do have the right to have the property returned back to you in same or better condition. Which also involves paint and carpet. So there's useful life terms of a rental property. And so it's going to be like paint is 3 years. So if you painted the property when the tenant moved in, they were there for 3 years. If there's scuffs on the walls, nail holes, you can't charge the tenant for any of that because it's the law is expecting you as the landlord to actually repaint that property, and it can't be at the tenant's expense. Same with carpet is about 10 years. So if the carpet is damaged, say the carpet's been in there for 5 years, but they ruin it, you have to replace it, you can charge the tenant for 50% of that carpet replacement because they took away half of its useful life.
You already had me at carpet. I would need you so much, Mindy. You have no idea. You've already answered my question and 3 others. It is a very complicated thing, but it's something that I know a lot of people, a lot of homeowners want to do. They want to rent out their property. I think it's a fantastic thing. We can sleep at night. We have someone taking care of it. Mindy Williams from RentSource Corporation, thank you so much for coming in this morning, being part of the Hometown Morning Show. Yes. And I wanted to welcome you too, because RentSource Corporation and you will be at the KHTS Home and Garden Show 2018.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I want to welcome you to the
visit our booth.
The big party and the big booth. Mindy, have a great rest of your day and a great weekend ahead, okay?
Thank you, you too.
Experience the spirit of giving and the thrill of savings at the Outlets at Tejon, a holiday shopping destination unlike any other. Shop amazing deals during extended hours all month long to find the perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Save up to 65% on over 60 of the top brands in fashion, accessories, and home goods, like Coach Factory Store.